This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more supporters at coffee.com/AlexHeitz. I'd like to thank Andreas Glacial, Steph Newtown, Mark Ventura, Cole Alexander, Ben Thrifty, Jag, Cedro Perez, Jamie Mack, To Have and Have Not, Logan, Willman, Blake on Repeat, and J Doob for sponsoring this video, supporting me, my family, the channel. I appreciate it immensely, and I hope you all enjoy this video. It's a beautiful day. Slowdive listening. Hi everyone. Welcome to the video, to the channel, to all the things, to Slowdive. Here we are. We have arrived at a very nice point in our artist run-throughs here. Just finished up Nirvana. Very interesting listen for sure. And now we're jumping into Slowdive. And then we'll be getting into Microphones, Mount Eerie, Susie and the Banshees. We've got a great trajectory ahead of us. Stuff that I'm expecting to enjoy quite a bit. This one being Slowdive. So for those who are new to the channel or just don't know, I really like Slowdive. One of my favorite bands. I've only heard Souvlaki. I've heard, what's it called, Blue Skied and Clear off of Pygmalion once. It was in a movie, I'm pretty sure. And I've heard Avalyn 1 and 2, which we'll be listening to Avalyn 1 today. And I've heard Catch the Breeze, and I've heard Golden Hair. And I think a couple of like bootlegs like I Believe and stuff like that. So I've heard a smattering of things. I've heard Kisses off of Everything Is Alive. But I believe that's about where it stops. Oh, we did, I think Some Velvet, I may have listened to Some Velvet Morning, which is their cover of the Nancy Sinatra and other guy. But that's my Slowdive repertoire, what I know. Entering into this binge, we'll be doing Blue Day, the compilation, that's today's video. Then we'll go to Just for a Day. Then we'll do a Pole album, then Pygmalion, Everything Is Alive, and we'll finish with the I Saw the Sun bootleg. So trying to do basically like all of the applicable stuff for Slowdive. I don't know if anyone wants me to do the 5 EP, which is apparently more like of like a techno thing, which is kind of interesting. It's apparently a little divisive. I don't know all that much about it. If you guys want me to do the 5 EP, I can. But today, I'm going to try to basically get all of the EP content done in one swoop, one fell swoop, not counting the 5 EP. So we'll also be doing a live stream re-listen for Souvlaki. I did that for Grace by Jeff Buckley when we did sketches, and I did that for Loveless when we went through the rest of the MBV catalog. So we'll do a live re-listen for Souvlaki, probably around the time of the Pole album. And yeah, so we're just tackling Slowdive, and I'm so excited to be doing this because this is one of my favorite bands, even though I've only heard maybe like 30% to 40% of their material. Oh, I've also heard all of the self-titled Comeback. I always forget about that, which I don't know. I'm not planning on covering that on the channel. I liked it at the time. Slow-Mo, Star Roving, Sugar for the Pill, Don't Know Why, No Longer Making Time. Really cool tracks. It's a really solid album. It doesn't have that kind of same... It has a spice, but it's not the spice that kind of like was in the air in the early 90s, you know? It's different. It's more mature, more restrained. So yeah, today we'll be tackling this compilation, getting all the EP content done. For those who don't know, I do unedited reactions on my Ko-fi page, coffee.com/AlexHeitz for $5 a month. You can get access to unedited reactions from Modest Mouse going forward. That is April of 2021, like 4 years ago when I started doing unedited reactions. And get access to that whole back catalog. You can also hop in at the $1 per month level and get access to voting in polls that we do every 2 to 4 albums, kind of choose from 4 different miscellaneous albums, and kind of gives us a break from the monotony of going through an artist discography deep dive binge. We just get to kind of interject random things. Last one was Exile in Guyville by Liz Phair to close out the Nirvana binge. So that'll be after Just for a Day, we'll do a poll album. So If you want to support the channel, it'd be the place to do it. Also, got to shout out NordVPN, link in the description for them. Always got some fantastic prices there. Great speeds, great services, great prices. Been using them for years. If you need a VPN, check them out in the description. Blue Day. It's Blue Day. So, this is 7 tracks. It's essentially their first 3 albums put together, minus Avalyn 2. That's kind of what it looks like to me. The way we're going to be doing this today, I'm not going to listen to Avalyn 2. I've heard 1 and 2. Fantastic tracks. And Avalyn 2 is just basically a longer version of 1. Kind of explores more. In some ways, I like it better. The first one's just a nice, tight, kind of simple sampling of the thing. It's sort of like with that MBV song. Gosh dang it, which one was it? The one that had the short version and then the longer version. I need to go look it up on EPs. Hold on. Glider? Yeah, Glider. Similar kind of deal there. Love Avalyn. So we'll be doing Slowdive, Avalyn 1, and then we go to the Morningrise EP. We do all 3 of those tracks. And then on Holding Our Breath, it has Golden Shine and Albatross. Catch the Breeze is on Just for a Day. Golden Hair is like an extra track. We'll listen to that when we do Just for a Day. And then it doesn't have anything from Outside Your Room because that came out a year later. But that has Allison, So Tired, Souvlaki Space Station, and Moussaka Chaos. Which Moussaka Chaos sounds familiar. I don't know if I've heard it or not. Maybe I've listened to it on the channel at some point. Hard to say. But I'm going to add So Tired and Moussaka Chaos to today's listen, just to kind of round out the EPs, because we know Allison from Souvlaki and we know Souvlaki Space Station from Souvlaki. So I'm just going to add those 2 extra tracks. I'll add an extra 10 minutes, bring the whole listening up to about 45 minutes. So yeah, that's just kind of what I'm going to do today. Like I said, not really caring about the 5 EP. Don't know all that much about it. Like I said, if you guys want me to include it in this binge, I will, but I'm not planning to. So yeah, I'm just eager to start in here because I've been waiting to arrive at this place for so long. All right, let's begin. First track off of the first EP, Slowdive. This is 1990. I think this is like the first music that they put out, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, their first single was Catch the Breeze in 91. So this is kind of their first little nugget of music here. So let's go with the self-titled track, Slowdive. Nice. Very good. It's got the very dreamy space rock element in there, for sure. And the choruses were really solid. Just kind of moving back and forth between the 4 and the 5, you know? That's typical Slowdive right there. And we'll eventually be, I mean, we're, like I said, we're going to Susie and the Banshees, so we're going to listen to that track that they got their name from off of Dreamhouse. Cool. All right. Not a whole lot to comment on. It's very straightforward, very typical slow dive, very strong. I like it. Avalyn 1. Love this. Man, like something that really set apart Slowdive at the time, I think, was like everyone was, hearing Cocteau Twins and MBV and thinking like, wow, I need to figure out like how to do this on like my guitar pedals and in production and working on all the technicals. But like so many bands, and we know this because we've like heard a lot of them through like the donation streams and stuff on this channel. A lot of them don't have the songwriting. And like Slowdive did. Like this has an EP in 90 is pretty impressive. Like coming out with Avalyn right out of the gate is pretty cool. And it's like that note that just like it's got that proto How to Disappear Completely thing going on there, right? Going down to that minor chord there. But great. Love Avalyn, always will. Okay, so now we're going into Morningrise. This is 91. Starting with the self-titled track Morningrise. Eager to see what this sounds like. Fascinating. Kind of came right out of the gate with that ethereal wave sound. That was a little wild. And then we got the nice, like, kind of plucky guitar strumming going on in the climaxes. Nice. Nice. I dig it. She Calls. That was awesome. Great rise, nice swell, good guitar work, like the atmospheric mixing and effects on the guitar. I love how they're able to just kind of like obfuscate their guitar melodies and kind of shove them like into the back of the mix, but they have such high end, you know? They're really good at that. Cool. I like that one quite a bit. What would be my favorite so far? I think Morningrise and She Calls is a little bit more up my alley than just the normal Slowdive. Slowdive almost felt like basic in comparison. I mean, granted, it was kind of like them just starting out, but like that's kind of the poster child of their sound in a way that like Morningrise and She Calls isn't, where they're a little bit more unique and interesting. All right, Losing Today, final one off of Morningrise. We love to hear it. That's cool. I like the really like slow, drony build up, very atmospheric. It's a cool thing about Slowdive is that they're able to make like very immediate songs, but they also have these like really like borderline post rocky, just kind of explorations of soundscapes, and you just kind of get lost in them. You know, there's not even a whole lot you can really say to kind of describe it because it kind of speaks for itself. You know, strong. What a good EP. That's very nice. All right, Holding Our Breath, same year, came out a few months later in June. So this would have Catch the Breeze and Golden Hair. We're not doing those. They're not even on the compilation. Already heard Catch the Breeze, cool track. Golden Hair is amazing as well. I love their live climactic crescendos they do. And then we have Shine. So I've heard this song before. I've actually done it on the channel back in like 2022. It'll probably be linked in the pinned comment down below. You can go see my first reaction to it. I don't remember it. I don't think I've listened to it since. So let's see if it's familiar to me. I don't quite remember that, but what a pleasant song. Wow, this is another thing that I think that Slowdive really did well, especially on tracks like Sleep, which is another song I've heard. It's a thing I've heard smatterings here and there, so I forget all the tracks I've listened to. But that's going to change now that I'm doing it on the channel. Love Sleep, which they didn't officially record, right? They kind of, there's like a demo and they they sort of gave it to another band or another band had written it. That version I think is also on Spotify. I don't remember the name of the band. It's like Breathe or something like that. But these, kind of like with the last track that we just talked about, Losing Today, very atmospheric, washy, but it's like it has all those elements of shoegaze, but like the distortion is like really muffled, and it creates this really pleasant, warm, cozy, atmospheric just wash. That's just so pleasant to just sit in. You know, it's like a warm bath. The bass is nice too. There's a part in there that's a little almost a little distracting. It's like it's the way the bass kind of moves you through the wash is really nice. It's like a car wash for your soul. Soul wash. Slowdive soul wash. Okay, Albatross, last song on the compilation, final track on Holding Our Breath. It's just so cool. Man, I love it. I love the marching like drums reverby in the distance and then the like really odd like melody happening over there, like over the top of it. Great. That's what's so cool about Slowdive is like even their tracks like I have yet to hear a track from Slowdive that's not interesting. Like there's some I might like more than others, but like I don't know if I've heard a bad one. Like maybe off of the self-titled, I don't remember, but like one that's just kind of boring and I don't really care about. So cool. I like it. Okay, so technically that's it for Blue Day. We'll switch over to the Outside Your Room EP for these last two tracks here. Just kind of little addendums, if you will, just to see what these tracks are like. Yeah, so tired. Very cool. Little bit more like abrasive, got the sharper distortion on the guitar, but like I love that it just kept hitting that like that one note, kind of kept like arriving back to that as like an anchor point. Very nice. Very nice. I approve. Moussaka Chaos. I don't know why I have a weird feeling that I'm not going to like this. It's just going to be weird. It's going to be really strange. Maybe it's just because of the name. I don't know. Let's see. You know, it's wild. Making the discovery just now that the Jerky Boys inspired the name of a Slowdive album and a Radiohead album. Souvlaki and Pablo Honey come from Jerky Boys quotes. How bizarre. Maybe I need to listen to some Jerky Boys. Anyway, so that was basically just like a different take on Space Station, right? Like, it's borderline the same. I don't know, maybe it's a little more like down-tempo and dubby. Hard to tell. I might like that. I don't know. It's been a while since I've listened to Space Station. We'll listen to it again on the live stream. It's one of my least favorite tracks on Souvlaki just because it's like, I don't know. You know, it's in that Fishman's vein, right? Of like really atmospheric dream pop that has that type of rhythm section. And especially with like the really washy, like delay reverb thing they got going on. What is there's a term for that specific guitar effect that they have going on. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it's kind of like, even though it's sort of a title track on Souvlaki, it sort of stands out to me because it's not quite like all the others, but that was okay. It's not super notable or commendable. That's probably the weakest one I've heard so far, but not even on its own, just in contrast to Space Station, which was the track preceding it on that EP. So it's like, whatever, but cool. Very cool. I liked pretty much all these songs. This was very pleasant, very nice. Like I said, the self-titled track Slowdive, one of the first ones to come out in 90. It did set them apart from like other shoegaze and dream pop bands in that it had a lot of their staples that they would kind of come to be known by. The solid songwriting is there. All that's well and good. Avalyn really does set them apart, I feel, because like it shows that they're willing to go into that more like atmospheric, neo-psych, droney, post-rock kind of shoegaze soundscape stuff, which I don't know of that many bands that were doing that at the time. Like MBV definitely still had its feet planted in like baggy dance music, right? They had like post-punk and baggy roots. With Slowdive, I don't quite know exactly what they were doing leading up to that, as far as like they started in 89 and they released the Slowdive EP in November of 90. So I don't know what they were doing for like a year. I don't really know where their genesis came from. As far as like inspiration and what they were listening to and all that, but like they set themselves apart fairly well. Morningrise, She Calls, those were really cool. I'm eager to listen to those again. Losing Today was cool as well. Shine, super pleasant. Albatross was fascinating, and I love that some of their tracks are more like mysterious too. I love tracks that feel mysterious, and you guys know that. So Yeah, very strong, very nice. Eager to re-listen to a lot of these again. And then when we get to the next album, Just for a Day, I will probably try to do bonus tracks on that as well. I don't know if there are any. Yeah, there's not really any notable ones except for some Peel sessions. We've already heard all of them because there's a bonus disc on the 2010 release of Just for a Day that has Slowdive, Avalyn 1 and 2, Morningrise, She Calls, Losing Today, Golden Hair Shine, Albatross. Basically more or less Blue Day as a bonus track. I think it's Souvlaki in particular where possibly we'll do some extra tracks. I don't know, because I've heard some Velvet Morning. I don't know if I've heard Good Day Sunshine. And then Missing You and Country Rain, I think, are off of the 5 EP. So I don't know. But yeah, as far as Blue Day, super pleasant. I love that. I love this side of Slowdive. It's just very cozy, cold and warm at the same time, and just the Slowdive we've come to know and love, right? So yeah, fantastic. Eager to truck into their studio albums coming up next. Okay, everybody, that is all I have for you. That is all we got today. Things to plug yet again, coffee.com/AlexHeitz, $5 a month, access to unedited reactions, of which this and all future ones will be one. $1 a month access to voting in polls. And then also got to shout out the Discord, link in the description for that. Got about just under 200 members over there. I'll post when I go live. I'll post early access to YouTube reactions, things like that. And we'll just post memes and music discussion and top tier charts and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to join the community of my music taste and listening on YouTube, that's where you go do it. All right, that's all. I just got over being sick, so I'm glad that I'm feeling better, feeling up to doing reactions again. Very nice. Finishing up this year's round of donation streams. One of them may have just happened before this came out on YouTube, because this is going up on YouTube probably on the 22nd of February, and I may have done a donation stream on the 21st. I don't know, because that's in the future. Weird time things going on. But yeah, I'm eager to go through Slowdive, man. I know it's like a broken record, me saying that, but gosh, I love this band. Anyway, that's all I got. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, Godspeed.